Today I'm unboxing the new Action X50 version 2 from Shimoda Designs. So a couple of weeks ago, Shimoda Designs released version 2 of their popular Action series of camera bags. And they've added a few new sizes, some new colors, and they brought over a lot of features from the Explorer version 2 series into the Action series, which had me pretty excited. And we'll take a look at a few of those features after we get this one opened up. And regular watchers of the channel know I'm already a Shimoda Designs camera bag user. I have their Explorer 35 liter version 2 bag, which has served me quite well for a year plus at this point in time. And really, I've been extremely happy with that bag. I've always had great customer service from Shimoda Designs, and that bag has served me well. I've flown cross country with it. I carry it on nearly a weekly basis, and I've done several videos on that bag, which I'll link to down in the description below. So if I've been so happy with the Explorer 35 liter bag, which I have been, why am I trying something out? And really it comes down to me wanting just a little bit of extra room. See, I carry a lot more than the normal landscape photographer in that I also have the YouTube channel, so I take a lot of gear for that, including a video camera, additional lenses, audio gear, an extra tripod. A lot of times I'll have a drone with me, and sometimes I'll even stash in a GoPro and a little handheld tripod for that. So I start to add up a lot of gear very quickly when I head out into the field. Never mind the extra snacks and sometimes the clothing I have to swap in or out of as I layer up or layer down. I like to have places to stash that. And of course, when I lead photography workshops, a lot of times I'll have a bigger first aid kit with me just in case something happens on the trail while we're out. And I'll usually bring along a few extra snacks just in case someone gets hungry on the trail. So it all adds up to a lot of extra gear. And so far, the 35 liter has actually been able to hold it all. Like I said, I've flown cross country with it. I use it regularly here in my regional area, and it's served me really well. But I thought that little bit of extra space would be helpful. One of the things is the Action series comes with the roll top, which is sort of allows me to expand that flex space a little bit more. Hopefully, I'm hoping it'll let me stash either some extra snacks, or if I'm wearing a heavier coat or extra rain gear, give me a little spot to stash some of that stuff when I'm out. But yet at the same time, be able to roll it down and keep it a relatively compact bag when I'm not carrying that stuff. So I thought I'd give this new bag a try. One of the big things that attracted me to it, I had my eye on the Action series for a while, but when they brought over some of these Explore features, again, we'll see that when we get this open. Some of those Explore features I've really come to love are now in this bag, so I think it'll be a perfect fit for me. So I'm anxious to try it out. But with that said, let's get this box open and let's see what we got. So the version 2 of the Action series of Shimoda Design bags still have the standard features of the original Action series line. And some of those features include adjustable shoulder straps, just like on the Explorer version 2 bag. This one, though, actually goes up to an extra large, whereas my 35 liter only goes up to a large. So you've got a small, medium, large, extra large to adjust the shoulder strap height on there. They do have additional shoulder straps for women, different sizes, a petite, I believe, and ones that have the pouches. So, you know, for different body type, you can swap out the shoulder straps if needed. You can do that when you order it. These are the standard shoulder straps. These bags take the standard core units that Shimoda uses inside. It's a rear access pocket, which I actually really like. It helps keep things safe. They can take the normal core units. So when I bought this bag, I already have a core unit that's a medium DSLR in size, and that's what the starter kit would have come with. And I already have one of those that I do use in my 35 liter Explorer bag. I also have a small core unit because sometimes in my 35 liter Explorer bag, I will stack a medium and then a small. Gives me a little bit of options when I'm doing things. Now with this bag, I did pick up the large DSLR core unit, the version 2, which I'm pretty sure will let me fit in my 100 to 400 while to attach my camera body. But like I said, if you went with a starter pack, if you're new to the Shimoda Design world, I recommend looking at the starter kit version of this bag, and it would come with a medium DSLR unit. Now they also make mirrorless units, core units, but what's different with the mirrorless is they're not quite as high. And I found, and based on some advice from some friends and such, that the DSLR ones are sort of nice because you can put your stuff in there and there's usually a little bit of room. Like I know with mine, I can stash in some filters, so put in a lens like my 100 to 400, put my filters in here and still keep it all within the confines of the bag. Now, while this bag is compatible with the different core units, be sure to check out the website to see which core units fit best. For example, they came out with a 25-liter version of this bag, and it can't take some of the larger core units, obviously. But Shimoda Designs has a handy little chart on their website that'll show you what is a great fit, what's an okay fit, and I believe the other classification is a good fit or even a will not fit. So be sure to take a look at that if you're choosing one of the bags that's on the extreme end of things, maybe a 25-liter or one of the 70-liter bags. Again, one of the features that drew me in that the Action series have had is the roll top access, which is right up here. What it is sort of like a dry bag if you've ever gone kayaking or canoeing or boating or used a dry bag or anything, but it's a roll top so you can expand it by opening up, and I get this extra space. It's 7 liters of space up here. And this is where I was hoping for, like those colder months when I tend to have more clothing with me, that it would give me a spot to stash that stuff. Or maybe on a workshop where maybe I'm carrying a little bit of extra food, more so than I normally would. Or that first aid kit that's a little larger in size, it'd let me stash things like that. Whereas my normal landscape photography trips, I could just collapse this down and keep the bag a little smaller. So the roll top is a feature that sort of drew me to this bag. I'm anxious to try that feature out, and it is here on the version 2 as well. And we already took a look at the rear access, which is right here. It also has side access. On this side, you have to configure your core unit for it, but it has side access to the bag as well. So if you're a photographer that likes the side access to a bag, it is here in this version 2 series as well. It has hydration system support, so you can put in a hydration bladder, and there's a way to run the hose through, somewhere. I've never used a hydration system in these bags, but there's supposed to be that feature in here to put your hydration bladder inside the bag and get the hose out so you can have it nice for handy access. The bag is water resistant with a DWR and carbonate coating. There's videos from Shimoda on how to sort of reestablish that coating if you need to, and they do recommend doing that every so often. I've had pretty good luck with my bag, but one of the features of the version 2 series of the Action is it does come with a rain cover, which is nice. Also, the exposed zippers right here are a little more sealed to help keep the water from getting into the bag. And finally, like all Shimoda bags, they come with a 5-year warranty, and I have actually tested that warranty on my Shimoda Explorer 35-liter. Like I said, I use it all the time. It sees lots of significant use for me, and I did have a piece of webbing on one of the shoulder straps give me a little bit of problems. From the time I opened the case to the time I had a new shoulder strap was 4 days. Okay, let's get into some of the new features of the version 2 of the bag. First, yellow, or as I like to call it, influencer yellow. Just kidding. They have the traditional black and the army green. I have the army green version of the 35-liter Explorer bag, but now they have this yellow. Super cool, bright, but not too bright, so I'm anxious to sort of try this out and see how it is. But it should pop out on videos, and I think it'll be sort of a cool bag to help keep mine straight. I have actually recommended Shimoda bags to so many people now that a lot of the people I go out photographing with have Shimoda bags, so it'll be nice to have one that stands out a little bit. Okay, when it comes to sizes, they have added 2 new sizes to the line. They added a 25-liter on the small sides, and then they have the normal 30-liter. Then they put in a 40-liter to fall between the 30 and the 50 they used to have. So now they've got a 40-liter bag. This is the 50-liter, and then they have a 70-liter heavy-duty or the 70 HD. So those are the various sizes of the bags in the line, so there should be something to fit for you. So like I said earlier, they have incorporated some features from the Explorer version 2 series of bags into this version 2 series of the Action bags. And this one's going to seem weird, but one of my favorites, this base handle. This is one of those things you don't know you need it until you have it. Like if you're shopping for a bag and you saw it said that it had a base handle, you'd probably be like, okay, whatever, not important. I use this all the time, and here's why. It's because I go out and I have my camera bag open like this. And you've heard me talk about this on my video reviews of the Explorer version of bag. But look, you have your bag open, you're out there, you've got it sitting on the ground, and you just want to move 15 feet away. But you want to take your bag with you, maybe it's busy, you worry about your camera gear. Instead of picking it up or having to close this back up, you can just grab the base handle and go. Makes it super nice. I can't tell you how often I use the base handle. So underestimated feature, super glad to have it come to this bag. I'm pretty sure I would have missed it greatly if I hadn't waited for the version 2 series of these Action bags to come out. And sticking with the handles, they put the side handle on here. They call it a luggage handle because if you have one of those roller suitcases, you can hook that handle through there and sort of wheel it through the airport while it's on the roller bag. But I actually tend to use this to grab the bag a lot too. So when I'm flying with the bag, I typically bring my tripod with me, and I will put it on this side and put it in the overhead cargo bin like this. And then when I go to grab it out of the plane, I find that side handle super helpful when you're taking the bag in or out of that overhead storage. It just helps make a heavy camera bag a little bit easier to wield. You're not like having it bang in the seats. I can keep from hitting people. So not only is this handy for that luggage feature as it's intended, but being able to grab it from the side is super helpful to carry it and take it in and out of various cargo places, in and out of the car if you're stacking them. So handy feature to have. Again, maybe a little unusual to get excited about handles, but having those extra handles has been really awesome on the Explorer version 2, so nice to see them come to the Action series. So the bag now comes with a rain cover, fits down in this little pouch here. Right here, it comes in its own little handy pouch, super handy. The Explorer version 2 series came with a rain cover. Now the version 2 of the Action series do. Super handy. I keep it in the same spot. My Explorer doesn't have the pouch for it, but I always keep it just underneath the core unit in the bag. Keep it in there. So again, while these bags are water resistant, if you're really out in a downpour, be sure to get that rain cover out, put it on to help provide your bag some extra protection. And while we got this open, the bag does have 2 laptop sleeves. Got the one right here. This one will fit a 16-inch laptop like a MacBook Pro size, something in there. It'll fit nice and padded. The Explorer, this is where its laptop sleeve is, and I do use it frequently for that. This one has also changed the front. And now this front pocket, which on the Explorer series I tend to use to stuff rain jackets, I can even stuff my down jacket into, but in here now they've added just a little bit of padding in here, so you can also fit a 16-inch laptop in here. Now I think that'll be super handy to have those 2 compartments for laptops. Well, I don't carry 2 laptops with me. There are times I take my 15-inch MacBook Pro and my iPad, and being able to have some padded compartments for both of those is great, or just the versatility to choose where I'm going to store the laptop, whether I want it nice and accessible here or stashed here in the back compartment. So it's sort of a cool little feature to have those 2 sleeves just to give you some additional options. Now, just because they're laptop sleeves, a lot of times when I'm just out on my daily trip, I'm not carrying a laptop in my bag, of course. I've started carrying my filters in here, a filter sleeve in here, because you can just slide them right in here, so it works well for that. And like I said, on this compartment, a lot of times this is where I end up stuffing in rain jackets, extra gear, things like that, or it can even fit my down coat on the Explorer series of the bag. I can take off my down coat when I start to get warm, shove it in there, full length pocket, works out well for that. And another feature they put in here is a hidden air tag sleeve. I actually just had to look around for it to try to find it, and it is in this pocket here. And way down in here in the laptop sleeve pocket, there's a little pouch down here. Let's see if we can see that. There's a little pouch down in there that has a little Velcro tab. You can slide your air tag in there and be able to track your air tag. Super handy. I always keep an air tag in my camera bag. Now my other one has one as well, and frankly, the air tag is hidden because I've forgotten where I put it, but it's in there. But there is a nice little secure spot to stick it in here. Keeps it towards the outside of the pack so you can be able to beep it, things like that, find it. So cool little feature. And this bag has tripod or water bottle holders on it like the Explorer version 2. This is one of the things attracting the bag. They can stuff in here to sort of keep them out of the way. But again, back to the YouTuber aspect of things, I tend to have 2 tripods, one for my landscape photography camera and one for my video camera. So being able to carry 2 tripods in the field if I'm going over difficult terrain or anything like that is super handy. So this has 2 tripod holders, or for times I'm not carrying 2 tripods, one can be a tripod holder, one can be a water bottle holder, nice big water bottle, super cool there. So it's nice to have those 2 things. So one of the features they made is these are now removable. So if you don't need those, or if you just want to relocate them, for example, to your hip belt, you can now unclip them and move them to the hip belt here and clip them to your hip belt. What would you use them for? And some of the other videos I've seen, people can put their lenses in there. You could use them to carry snacks or anything like that. So it's very versatile. Haven't tried that out yet, but it is a feature that's on there. The other factor is this would also let you adjust this pocket downward some. So if you're one of those people that has a big tall tripod and you don't like it sticking way far above the bag, you can put your tripod in there. You can lower the pouch a little bit and not have that tripod stick out so high above the bag. So that could be an interesting feature because I am looking at a slightly taller tripod in the future. And the shoulder straps do have pockets on them. Nice little pocket here. Slip things in there. One of these pockets will hold an iPhone 14 Max, I think it is. I can't remember, but a larger phone. Probably not with the case, but it'll hold in there. But here's a feature that I really like. This one, a bigger pocket. This is another one of those underestimated features, but it'll hold a water bottle. And this little baby Nalgene will fit right in there. Makes it super easy to keep a water bottle right there on your shoulder strap. I love this feature about the Explorer version 2. So another reason why I'm glad I waited for this series of bags to come out, because I would have missed that feature. So if you're in the market, I believe this is a 16-ounce Nalgene bottle. It fits in there just perfect, just like that. Super handy to have. And if you happen to forget your normal water bottle and you just have one of the disposables, they fit in here really nicely as well. And finally, one last little feature that came to the bag, and I'm not going to actually pull this out, but the hip belt is adjustable. So if you have a very small waist or anything like that, you can pull this hip belt out, and it has straps that you can pull and make this hip belt fit just a little different. And there's some videos Shimoda has online of how to use that belt, but essentially it's take the belt out of the bag, adjust it the way you want, then reinsert it into the bag to do that. So just another way to make the bag a little more comfortable when you carry it. So I should have included this with the standard features, but it comes with these equipment straps to be able to attach things to the bag. I've used this many a time to strap on like one of my fleece jackets or my rain jacket when I'm starting to shed clothes, or just want to have something with me in case it starts to rain. And when I was in Rocky Mountain National Park, I was able to strap snowshoes to my bag using these straps. So super handy to have all those options to strap extra equipment to the bag if you're ever in one of those cases where you need the extra equipment. Okay, so that's the bag, and like I said earlier, I did get a large core unit with it too. So let's pop this up here real quick. Again, Shimoda uses their core units. Let's get this open real fast. And I wanted it as opposed to the medium that I already have, or that would have come with a starter kit, because I want to be able to put my 100 to 400 attached to my camera body into the core unit. The medium wasn't big enough to do that. Love everything else about my whole medium small combination, but as I've started to use my 100 to 400 more, I wanted to try out the large core unit. So picked up one of those. So core unit comes with this dust cover bag. Let's cut it apart here. Comes with a little dust cover in here like this, so it makes it nice. You can just put it in here. It has a little handle. This is always my, they're gonna force me to check my bag, get out of jail free card right here. Is my plan is I'll always keep this dust cover with it. And if I had to, I can take this and use this as my carry-on while this bag gets checked. I have all my valuables in here. So I do keep this around. Really, I keep it stuffed at the bottom of the bag. This one will end up getting stored where that rain pouch is on this, but handy to have just in case you do get caught at the airport and they make you check something like that. Anyway, normally I don't keep this on the bag because it tends to get in my way, I usually think, so I pull it off. Put this over here. So this is a large core unit. Like I said, plenty of room for lots of stuff. It's really, if I recall correctly when I did my research, it's the same size as a medium and small paired together. The difference being is I can actually get a whole run for the 100 to 400 to fit in here. Plenty of room for lenses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the bag, and then just before we wrap this video up, I'm going to transfer the contents from my Explorer 35 into this bag just to see what it looks like, and then we'll wrap this thing up. So before I do the transfer, I just thought it'd be handy to show you the size. This is my 35-liter Explorer version 2. This is the one I've been carrying a long time. Lots of videos on this one. This obviously the new one. Just thought it'd be handy to put them up side by side so you can see the size difference. So like I said, I'm going to transfer the things from this bag into this bag, and then we'll take a quick look and then wrap things up. So this is most of my stuff in the bag. Got my drone in there, my filters, 2 lenses, the 100 to 400. Have not attached it to the body of the camera yet, but as you can see, there's plenty of room to do so. I just didn't want to rearrange all these until I really get my packing plan in place. But I got a camera body in here. Just stuff these random things in here, but there's room for another camera body up here, and should be room for my video camera in here as well. So like I said, lots of room in here with this large pack, and like there's the space up above here, which you can get to from above or just by sort of reaching up into there. So lots of storage options in there. And there we go, that's the bag. Like I said, I didn't do a super careful job of loading my stuff in there, but it took everything in pretty easily. I need to take some time, sit down with that large core unit and sort of plan out where I want the things just a little bit better. But it does certainly look like it's gonna be able to hold my 100 to 400 with the FTC adapter attached to my camera body. So that'll be super cool. And I'll get that all set up. And then in one of my review videos of this bag, after I've had a chance to use it, we'll take a closer look at how I ended up packing the inside of the bag. So that's the Action X50 version 2. I'm pretty excited about this bag. I am hopeful that this roll top is going to do just what I want, give me that flex space I want. The large core unit fit in there very nicely and let me do my 100 to 400 attached to my camera body. It's got all the super cool features of the Explorer version 2 that I really enjoyed now in this bag, so super excited about that. Now I will come back and do an in the field review on this bag, but when I do my in the field reviews, I like to base it on actual time out in the field, both different types of terrain, different conditions, different types of gear that I take out. Sometimes I carry a 100 to 400, sometimes a 70 to 300. So I like to have a little bit of experience so I can really sort of comment on what I was thinking worked well and what didn't. I'll be back with an in the field review. Keep an eye on this channel for that. So if you liked today's video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see future landscape photography content from me, including tips, tricks, behind the scenes, mini gear reviews, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any landscape photography content from me. And thank you for watching.